Ernesto, Mr. KALY.NYC, Mr. Everybody's talking about your board over here. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you
having me.
Thank you for coming to Paris, man.
Yeah, I had to come and check what you guys are doing over here.
Dude, and you brought this awesome machine.
Yeah, we tried to do something cool with them. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to come and see that scene. I've been in a bunch of cities in the U.S. So I said, you know what? Let me see what they're doing across the pond. Yeah. You know, all those Europeans are always up to something, so you gotta come in and check it by yourself.
How was it? How did you like the European?
So far, it's been perfect. Yeah, it's been good. I like the vibe of the people. I like the fact that people see something strange that they don't know, but they don't try to get in the way. Like in the U.S., you have all these citizen police that they want to come and get intrusive. Oh, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Like, nah, people are like, okay, what's that? Okay, good, bye. So that I love it. So it's been fun. Yeah.
You're a big fan of driving to New York? Like compared to if you drive over here and New York, like, is it a big difference? You just in Paris only,
of drive. Oh no, Paris remind me a little bit of Dominican Republic driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little chaotic. You have all the scooters, you have all the people coming in, the people in the bike. So you have to be on point. Like here, you have to be on point. Then you separate in the bus lane with the actual physical stuff in the middle, and it's like crazy. So
where the fuck do I need to drive? Do you need to be on the left side and the right side? Fuck.
Yeah. It's too much. And then you have the lanes that you kind of go in there, and now it's a little bit chaotic, but it's cool. It keeps people fast and sharp. That's what I think. That's what I saw.
But they can do it on your board though.
Oh yeah, no, I loved it because at first I was trying to pass it, and then see the cars trying to pass by you, but when you gun it, they're like, whoa, what is that? So now they just leave you alone. I took some rides already, so long rides, so it's been cool. Yeah.
And you've been going like through the whole city, like city center in Paris. You had the outskirts as well now.
Yeah, I went through the whole city center and got stranded there. Then I ended up going all the way to the outskirts of Paris.
Were you the guy that got stranded like during the night or something?
Yeah.
There was somebody in our WhatsApp group saying like somebody is stranded down the road and send the location like this is where I saw the guy.
Well, the thing
Were you
was,
walking with your board?
No, I was not walking with my board. Maybe somebody else. But I got stranded in a way that I was supposed to go with some guys, but then they were not staying in the center. And my ride had already left. So I checked it. I remember I come from New York, so I thought, it's New York, same thing. It's a big cosmopolitan city, so they're not going to close. It never crossed my mind. So it's like 2 a.m, everything's closed. I'm like, okay, there's no train, there's nothing. All right, so I check my Uber app because why not? 120 euros. I'm like, this is not happening. Forget that. So started heading up with my board, went to a gas station, gave the guy $15. He charged it and just hit the road across all the way to my hotel, like maybe 28 kilometers away. Yeah, middle of the night, banging it, street by myself. And the phone was about to die because I charged the board but forgot about charging the phone. So my GPS, it's about to die. So I will click it, see where I'm going, click again and go. That's how I end up in the highway. I don't want to tell it. 3 a.m. in the morning. Luckily, nobody saw me and no police saw me. And I haven't seen this, so it was fun. 3 a.m. in the morning, Paris highway, fuck it.
You wear GoPros now. I want to see that.
I should. Oh, no. My wife's going to get me in trouble. Now I got to get in trouble now. Yeah, no, I it was like late, but I don't want to be recording. It's a new place. You want to be on point. Like to me, when I'm riding, I want to be on point. Like forget everything else. I'm just on my board riding, looking to the road, to the surface, and just in a short, killing it. That's it. You kill it and you don't look anywhere. Yeah. Only on the ride.
Going back to the board, you made this fucking beast. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, everybody knows I started working this.
Yeah, let's start like how you came to making a board.
All right, damn, that's long. So, okay, I used to do some other sport before, some board sport. So I'm like, okay, cool, I like this. But when you tend to get old, your knees always start to hurt. So I'm like, okay, I need something different. And I saw the Booster and I saw another video. I'm like, fuck, I have one of these boards already. So I had my mountain board, so I just hook it up. hooked it up with a 6S motor setup, and it burned because it was too low voltage. Then I went to a big one, and that's when I find joy. I say, okay, this is it. And little by little, this thing creeps on you. Like whoever gets into the e-boarding hobby, it's a lifestyle, and it's gonna creep and it's gonna take you down, and you don't even know, because by the time you realize you're just thinking of this, all you do is just e-boarding whenever you go, whenever you wanna be. So it was an obsession. So I ended up going through that hot rabbit hole. Ended up using another company's equipment. It was fun while it lasted, and then
But
I was
that a
never
company
stopped.
that's how do you guys call it again? Trampa?
Yeah.
Trampa?
Yeah, that's the company. We started, but it has some fun times, some memories of them. But business is business, and we went our separate ways.
Yeah.
And it led me here, so it's all good.
With
It's
your
all
own
good.
deck, your own setup.
Yeah,
Everything.
we got a nice deck. I love that it came out better than what I envisioned it. Let's be honest. Sometimes you say like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and I see it. You think you see it all the way through,
Yeah.
but no. You have an idea. You have a feel of which way you should go. But the real insight start coming like once you dip into those waters. Not like you're gonna see this vision from the start. No. Like whoever says that, you know what? That's no good. So it's like a mental. Can I curse here?
Yeah.
It's like a mental jerk off. So that's just full of it. But once you start and you keep your eye for the sign out, you can start finding really nice things to do. And I didn't want to use wood, so I ended up using carbon fiber, fiberglass, and some basalt to give it some stiffness and give it flexibility. Because that's the most problem.
You're using the basalt for it not to break because carbon.
Yeah, the carbon break, but the basalt is, I have some, it's at a certain angle. It's stiffer than the fiberglass, because if I put carbon, then it gets too stiff. So you need like those 1 or 2 layers for transition, so you could keep that flex into the...
Because you
into
make
the
the
board.
decks yourself, right?
Handmade with these ones, yeah.
Handmade.
Handmade.
Everything here is handmade.
Handmade. Even if, give me a second, that's my phone, pass it to me. It's right there.
It's probably the wife.
Yeah, that's the wife. Sorry for that, guys. Yeah, just stop it. Yeah, just sorry for that. So,
We got all phones going off now.
yeah. So it's just handmade. We make ourselves. Lane. Well, I have help with the factory, because I do pre-impregnated layers of material, because it's too hard to be impregnating it yourself, and it never comes out properly. It's not. You can't repeat it. You meet some batches, but it's never the same. So I talked to them. We went back and forth with the physical properties that I wanted, with the type of flex and deformation that I wanted on the deck, and explain all the plans of how many thickness you want to have. And they were pretty straightforward, help a lot in the chemical parts of the design for the chemical composition of the epoxy. So once that was out of the way, then nothing, just make the presses, make the molds, make the heaters, and then was able to make the decks.
So you made all the tools to make
All
the
the
decks
tools,
yourself?
yeah, because the last interaction with the previous business partner showed me that you cannot rely on anybody. You need to be, if you wanna move in life, you need to be the master of your own universe. So you need to actually make the tooling. You need to actually make the processes. Like later, you could train people to do those processes, but you wanna be the one that I designed that process. Like it's not somebody else's. So you don't rely, because the main thing is you never know what people are thinking. You never know how they're gonna come, what is in their mind, and they're free to think whatever they want. But to avoid all that, you have to be the brain behind the whole thing. Otherwise, you're exposed. Yeah. And let's say scaling. If you want to scale, it's easy because I'm the one designing the whole thing. So I just need to make another one, and that's it.
Are you planning on upscaling?
We
Because
are.
you got a shit ton of back orders, right?
We got some back orders, guys. I'm sorry, we're trying the best, but it's been a slow process. I think we are to that point. How you call the big trucks, the tractor trailer, lorries over here?
Yeah, lorries,
Okay,
yeah.
it's like trying to push a lorry up the hill. but we have it almost 20 meters away where we can push it down that hill. So it's been a lot of work pushing it up, but we're almost there. So I think we're gonna scale, and it's gonna be fast, because like the tooling is gonna be just across for when I'm working right now. So it's not in another country; it's right there. I go and check, and then come in the afternoon and check again. There's a problem, there's something, boom, boom. And if we need to put more machines, then the guy who's actually building me the frame for the CNCs and stuff, he's right there too. So it's like boom, 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 and that's easy.
Let's make new ones, upscale, and get the boards out.
Do
You supervise every board? Every board that rolls out?
Yeah.
Completely supervised by you, right?
Yeah, it complete. We put 30 miles on then. I go ride it. If no, I got a guy that goes ride it too. Like if you go to New York City on Google Maps, I'm right by Randall's Island. It's a big park. It's like half of the size, or maybe 3/4 of the size of Central Park. But it's a separate island by itself. So there's not that many people there. The good thing is you can go all over the place. You have off-road, you have tarmac, you have a lot of potholes, you have grass, you have hills. Otherwise, you can ride all the way up to, like, the speed test. I like to do it going uphill on the Triborough Bridge. So you just go to the middle of the bridge. That's how you end up the thing. And we test each one. It takes a little longer, and some people complain, my board's a little scratched, but we put 30 miles on the thing. I don't want to send you a board. These things are good when you get it and you're riding and you're ripping it. Sometimes I send it halfway charged and put a note, just go, and that's it. Yeah, that's what we do it.
Dude, love that whole vibe.
Oh yeah.
You put a lot of time in the customers, right? Like you put a lot of time in the product, but you put more time in like the whole experience of the product.
Well, to me, like I have a communication issue. Let's say, like, to me, the thing is, I know what everybody wants. You want the board. So sometimes 1,000 emails, 200 messages for something. Like every time somebody reach for something they want, I need to stop. I need to go. I need to read. I need to say what's up. So most of the time I wake up 5 a.m. I'm still at 7, still replying and seeing emails. Like, you know what? This thing will move way faster because like if you go on the internet, the main thing is the board takes too long to arrive. Boom. But nobody's complaining that they're breaking. And these people have 2 years with a board. So we're trying to do that, because otherwise we can't make money on it. If I need to ship the board back, if I need to put time, I want you to have it and talk to me whenever the next board you want, because this one is going to be sturdy and barely going to break. It's not like it's indestructible, but barely going to break in normal use.
In normal use.
Yeah, I got somebody submerged one in salt water, so that, I don't know. Don't ask me how that happened, but it happened. So, yeah.
I was Googling about it and didn't saw a lot of your customers, not the unboxing type of customers. They're the guys who just take out the box, put it on the road, start driving straight away, right?
Because, my boxing technique, it's ugly. So I have a brown box. I put the board there.
Yeah.
I tape the charger to it, and that's it. Like, the board's already expensive, and all the money goes into the board. Building the board. Unboxing, I get it, but that's, you're gonna do that one time. Like, it's all about the board, it's all about the ride. So I want you, when you get the board, you'll be able to take it out and go ride. If you want to pay $150 more, I could make a fancy box and put it there, but you pay for it. Otherwise, you get your brown bag, and we just put the money on the board where I think it should be. Yeah. You see, the glasses, they come in nice boxes. That's the first thing you throw away. So why? Yeah, that's what we got.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You were just telling me something about the bearings you use, right?
Oh.
Which are...
Yeah.
How do you call them?
These are thrust bearing. These are angular contact bearing. So let me tell you the story.
They're wider and there are no balls in there.
No, there's balls. Let me tell you the story of this. So last year, I was with the Nano Rider. That's Archie from Boston. And we are on the Queens Boulevard in New York, in Queens. So we're coming from the Met Stadium all the way to the Triborough Bridge. And this is a long boulevard, and it has like almost 4 lanes each way. So it's wide open. So Archie and I, we just ripping it. We're doing 35 miles per hour, just because all the lights are synchronized. Mm-hmm. So they're changing. If you catch them, you don't have to stop. So we're ripping it. By the time we get to the bridge, I pick up my board, the back wheel just fell off. So what happened was that the regular single track bearing, it's a U shape like this, and the ball runs in the middle. So you have a U on the outer rim and a U in the inner rim. So every time you carve, remember you're carving, you're doing 30 something miles per hour, maybe for 10 miles or something like this. But when you carve, the ball is in the middle, and now the two inner rings and outer ring, they want to go sideways. So they damaging the bearing itself. So that tends to destroy the bearing, because the bearings are radial bearings. They take radial load. They don't take thrust load sideways. So nothing. By the time I pick up the board, the outer bearing had exploded, and when I put it sideways, it just fell off. My whole point was, I was just doing 35 miles per hour on this thing. So the main issue is we don't change bearing that often. In e-boarding, nobody's changing bearing every 4 or 5 runs. And even though mostly people don't ride that fast, but they do it for a longer period. When you're taking a hill, you take the hill. When the hill is over, it's over. On this thing, you just go. So you know what? We need another solution for that. So I went in and checked, and then how we got these guys. You see, these are the Fatdaddies of the bearings. So you got 2 rows of bearings, and now each bearing is running on a track. So you have one bearing here, one bearing there, but the tracks are not like U-shape, like this. The tracks are sideways on an angle, opposite angle, just like that. So if you break down any force, they have 2 components, vertical, horizontal. So you got the force here. So if you're carving, now the whole bearing inside can push laterally, so it doesn't get destroyed. So with the angular contact like this, each way you carve, you're gonna have support for those thrust forces. And after that, that's it. Never had an issue anymore. They're way safer. The only thing, they're huge. That's the only problem. They're big. But
is that like an issue with heat as well?
With the heat, no, because you see how thick this is?
Yeah.
It helps dissipate the heat, and then it's attached to a CNC aluminum hub that is acting as a heat sink. So the design of the wheel is actually helping dissipate the heat from this. So you gotta have all your stuff in there.
Yeah, I get hyped up about your board, like right now.
So
I don't even own one, and I'm like, I want to have one right now.
Well, we have a lot of tricks in the design. Like even here, you see this hub? I designed this hub, and
that's the outer hub of your board, right?
So it's the same piece. You just flip it, but inside, like when you're riding on the board, if you put a camera underneath to check how the wheel behaves while you're carving, you're gonna notice that the hubs, mostly the way most companies build them, they build of too many parts. So now all those parts need to have tolerances in order to fit them together. Otherwise, you won't be able to assemble them. So what happened is when you're carving, remember, 200-pound guy riding 30 miles per hour. When I go sideways, it's maybe 1.1 G or a little more. And depending how you ride, maybe you have it on your back foot. So maybe just one wheel that's taking all that force in that spot on the side. So if you put a camera, you will notice that the hubs tend to deform. And that is no good. No bearings like that. The bearings don't like it. They get damaged. They get broken. And so I designed this hub in order to take those lateral forces. It's 2 pieces, solid. So there's no jiggling of any third part. And they click together. And that is to take the shear force that is created between the 2 sides. So they self-lock. Like if you take all the screws and you put them together, they're gonna click, and now you can't even move it. So that setup is so hard that look, I'm missing a screw right here. Yeah. And I could ride it with no problems because I know that the whole structural thing is gonna hold it together properly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some little things over there.
Where did the name? I'm seeing it everywhere. Where did the name KALY came from?
KALY. Well, they used to call me KALY back when I was a kid. So it was basically a nickname. Yeah. And it's because I used to follow. It was a cartoon. It's like KALY Man. I used to love it. But then my uncle found out there's an Indian god. It's like Kali, the goddess of destruction or something. And he's like, oh yeah, this is you. And I was like, wow. 38 or 36 years ago. That's it. It never gone. So Cali it is.
Cali it is.
And the NYC, well, we're based on NYC, so that's where we at.
Yeah.
So
You live in the Bronx, right?
I live in the Bronx, yeah. The boogie down with all my crazy people. So it's good.
I've never been there. Like, explain a casual ride through the Bronx on your board.
On my board, well, casual ride to the Bronx. You got to check out for the people that are watching you. That's the first thing. They come in a car. Like to me, well, by now it's a little more aggressive because I ride and I know they're watching. And the problem is when people are driving, they're looking at you. They don't know what is it, but they want to see what you're riding. But then the hands tends to follow the eyes. And that is where there's a problem because now they're getting too close and it's thing you know they're going to hit you. So that's one thing to have in mind. The other thing is you need to be a little more aggressive. Mm-hmm. That's why I like if you see in the design of the board, there's a little edginess to it. There's a little it's a little bit of, unsolicited aggression in it because you need to ride like, so sometimes not like you want to go all out, but you want to have those little bursts. Because sometimes you need to cut people. And then being the Bronx, things can get real.
Dude, tell me what happened.
So I like to carry my bat. I got a baseball bat I carry on my backpack just right here. I call it the peacemaker. Yeah, because people see, oh, look at this guy on this board. Mm-hmm. He's already ready. You're always going to find that one driver. Everybody who has e-skate has found that one driver that says, what is that? Get out of the way. Why are you doing that? You don't belong on the road. So you have that one guy. In New York, they want to overdo it all the time. So they want to get a little extra aggressive, think they can cut you off. They turn on right on you, just like, So I'm like, okay, cool. So I have my bat over there. If you're ready, you're ready. But they look it in since I put it. Had one incident, and it came in handy because this guy, we're in a shared lane. I'm in the front. He wants to pass, but the light is red. Mm-hmm. Like, where are you going? You're going nowhere. It's red. Anyway, he almost crashed on me. I passed by him and flip the bird and continue. When I turn around, he's coming with a tire iron already. I'm like, what is this for real? But he's like a 60-year-old something guy. I'm like, is this for real? So I had to pull my bat and hold it. Not in a swinging position, but you hold it ready to say, dude, just go back to your car. But he wanted to go back to your car. Like, are you crazy? If you lift it up, I'm going to have to hit you. So anyway, that ended up there because I had something. Otherwise, it would have been like Ernesto with a tire iron across his face. So yeah, it's a little edgy, but if you keep it if you don't ride like a crazy person and you don't try to do like a lot of things, you can have your ride proper and nobody's going to mess with you. You're going to get a lot of looks, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure.
Do you join the NYC boarding groups a lot?
I join them, once in a while, but it's too big now. It's too big. There's always something happening.
How many people are there?
In the chat, there has to be like 600 people by now. Yeah, 2 years ago.
How many people join the rides? Because over here, a group ride in Europe,
yeah,
in every city in Europe, if you have a group ride with more than 30 people,
yeah,
you're legendary.
Oh no, that's an everyday occurrence there. Yeah, you could easily put together like, let's say today's what, Saturday?
Yeah.
Let's say Saturday, you call, hey, where you at? And then people would share their location via Telegram. And easily you could put 30, 35 people just off the bat without even previous announcement. If you put an announcement, it's going to be like maybe, 80? Or maybe even, in the September event that Philly Apache and Evolve put together, 150 people. 150 people. We took over the Williamsburg Bridge, going across. Crazy.
You think you're ever going to be like selling your boards at a store like Philly Apache?
Yeah, we could. I think we're going to get there. Right now, we're not there, but we're going to get there because for now, like I want to cater to the customers, like what they want. And I'm looking for that edgy customer. Like I'm mostly interested like in experienced rider because, I need the feedback. That's the first thing. I need the feedback when it comes to everything. And people are pretty much honest. They say, I like this, I don't like that, I like this. And it's good when you see it from a guy who's already been riding or been riding for a few years. Mm-hmm. And then the other type of customer will be a person that it's willing to put the time. Willing to put the time. Like I see sometimes the e-boarding has been taken care like a hobby or something that you don't have to pay too much attention. Yeah. And to me, that's the worst thing. Like every time I have falling is because I enjoy it too much and I just relax. The moment you lose your focus
Yeah.
and you like looking something else, you hit the ground. So hitting the ground, you never know what's gonna happen. Sometimes you'll be good, sometimes you'll be bad. But we always want people to be on point, and that is the best thing you can do. And to me, that's the best marketing strategy, because if the people are enjoying it and riding it, that's it. All you want to be is that big grin, like, let them talk. Even if
You told me that yesterday, like, you don't sell skateboards, you sell experiences.
that experience, that's all. That experience of that pump, that push, that punch in the power that you can actually, like, last night, I was riding in pitch black dark, riding pitch black. Like, I'm following Google Maps in France and I don't even talk French. And I'm riding and it was dark. I didn't have the flashlight, but with a low light and comfortable, that since the setup can go almost through everything, if it's not so tall. So if it is a road, it's okay. So I was just riding, going through, and that's what you want. You want to be able to take your device. Like my dream has to be to make this like a refrigerator. It is there. You just grab it, go. You don't think about it. Mm-hmm. You don't think about it, you just go. But then once you get in, then you enjoy that surfing, little kicking in the tail. And well, I can't describe it. That's why I say it's an experience. You need to get on it and try. I can't describe it. Yeah, it's.
Are there retailers? Well, they're not retailers, but are there like people who you can like try the KALY board?
That's why I realized that we have to do. So these boards stay here. So I'm gonna leave it with the guys. They're gonna take it back to London to rides, because I want people just to try the board.
Yeah.
I know so far, like, it's one thing to see a picture, one thing to see a video, but that doesn't cut it. It's not a cheap board, so it's expensive, so like an investment. So I want people to try, and then they can make their mind. And also it's a different riding style, so you're gonna need some time to ease into the board. Remember, every time we're riding. When you're skateboarding at high speed, more than 20 miles per hour, you're reacting. You're not thinking. If you're thinking about what you're going to do, you're already on the ground. Mm-hmm. So your body develops, it's like when you're dancing, your body develops all this natural movement that you need to coordinate. So I'm just switching the regular customer experience to another one. Mm-hmm. So your subconscious need time to say, okay, here's where we are. Okay, this is how this works. And then take it in.
And then buy it.
No, the buying part, I have Randall's Island for that. If you go to my shop and you're not sure about buying a board, don't go with me to that ride. That's the best ride ever. It's a big island. We could do easily in the island.
Yeah.
Like around 15, 20 miles. Then you're going to have the backdrop of the Bronx. Then the backdrop of New York City on the background. Then you go on the Triborough Bridge or Hellgates Bridge. And then you end up with Queens on the other side. And we could go zigzag across, and then we could end up going up to the Triborough and seeing the whole city from all the way over there.
I'm going to go to New York, and I'm going to ride with you over there.
Cool, of course.
I want to. And I want to thank you for being here.
Yeah,
man.
perfect.
You're the shit. So if you want to say something to our audience, our shared audience, use the camera, use the mics.
All right.
And tell whatever message you want.
Well, nothing. Hello, everybody. We're here. We're going to leave a board here so you guys can try, have the opportunity to at least, see the physical object, and I hope you like it. And we're in New York, so hit us up if you're in town, and we can arrange a test ride. Like I said multiple times, we have Randall's Island, so everybody can test the board. It's like the best environment. You get a big, huge park, mostly by yourself. So that's the best thing. Just hit us up, and we go from there.
And go to KALY.NYC, right?
Yeah, go to KALY.NYC. And check what we have there.
Thank you, Ernesto.
You're
the
welcome.
shit. It's awesome having you here.
Thank you.